second Minter. Yeah, good job with the shot, and the Slough Jets have taken the lead on the power play with 23 Russell with the shot cross goal. No need for the save from Lorde, and Campbell finds himself in, and it is 3-1 to the Chelmsford Chieftains. They have Hello and welcome to Zero Pucks Given, the UK Ice Hockey Podcast. We're in partnership with the Hockey Art Co, hockey clothing for hockey people, worn by the best and hated by the rest. Listeners to Zero Pucks Given get a 10% discount off of everything site-wide from hockeyartclothing.co.uk. Just use the code ZP10 upon checkout. We are also in partnership with Bob. Welcome to Bob, the man's reusable, refillable, subscriptionable shower tool, the most innovative invention in male showering in quite some time. We are still awaiting a few details from Bob with regards to discount codes and whatnot, so jump on to their social media and see what it's all about to start with. And we are also on the Sports Social Podcast Network, the largest sport podcast network in Europe, posting over 650 podcasts from more than 25 different sports, and we're delighted that ZPG is a part of it. We must be somewhere now. Must be about episode 181 after we did all the little build-up episodes for the Britain Division. Thank you to everybody for listening to those. And we're jumping in with our sort of first guest of the main season after we've done those pre-season intros. And it's going to be a really, really interesting one because this guy's done something I really wanted to do but just couldn't find the time to do it. So we're chatting up with Myles Lewis, the Rink Rookie. Myles, how you doing, fella?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm really, really well. Thank you so much for joining me. The Reapers who you've been training with recently.
Yes.
I spoke to Neil. Is Neil still there, captain?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was captain, and he said about me coming along, video my session and see how I get along. And I thought, that's a great idea. That would make some really great content. And I just could not get the time to get down there and have a go. And what you've done, mate, is create like this little movement where not only are people following your journey in starting to play ice hockey, but you've got the whole mantra of the Rink Rookie. You've had the Rink Rookie Roses playing in rec tournaments and things like that. It's people have jumped on it, mate. So what made you want to start playing?
So I'd never skated. Like I did growing up. I went alley pally a couple of times because that's kind of my neck of the woods. And I loved growing up. I loved like the Mighty Ducks films. Like that was just my thing. I really, really liked it as a kid growing up and stuff. And it was always something I had in the back of my mind that I'd love to do it, but there was never opportunities. And then my friend JK, he said, this was literally at the end of December. Like this is Christmas time last year. So Christmas just gone. He said to me, I've taken the kids down Battersea with the missus. We've gone ice skating. I was like, yeah, sick. Like I want to jump on ice skating. My missus never wanted to do it. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. Chelmsford's only local. Let's go do it. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I kind of went with him. I bought some skates from Decathlon. Safe to say they weren't suitable. and then from there, I kind of just wanted to skate. I didn't want anything really to do with the hockey stuff because I thought I'm 37 years old. It's a little bit past my prime. Let's just learn how to skate. It'll be good when I take the kids and I'll look cool on the ice, whatever. And then from there it's progressed. I had Dan from the Reapers team message me saying, I'm seeing your journey. Do you want to come out with us? And from there, I've kind of just progressed, started doing my jerseys. People were just buying them. And from there, we've just kind of really branched out. It's more of a community. Rather than me being, I am Rink Rookie, the Rink Rookie is that we've got the mantra for those who are new to hockey and those who remember the journey. So it's not just about being new to the ice, it's remembering when you were new to the ice. So, and everyone, there's a lot of new players. So people that are jumping on with us for public skates, doing the 3-on-3 shinny stuff. And obviously at the Reapers, well, there's a really good sense of community. I do my bench towels and stuff like that. And people are really kind of jumping on it. And from there, it's kind of snowballing now. So it's something basically in a nutshell I wanted to do as a child and haven't had the opportunity until now. And then my missus started getting into skating and stuff like that. So we've been going skating and it's kind of all going in the right direction.
Yeah, that's a massive help. Actually, it's me and my daughter that watch ice hockey.
Hmm.
It would make life so much easier if my wife was into it, but there's just no chance. There's no hope.
Well, that's it, innit? It's this. It's the balance. It's the balance. It's hard.
But I mean, like you say, the fact that it's now like a bit of a community, and
Mm,
and I think I can kind of relate to a part of what you're saying, like when you're selling your jerseys, and obviously the chieftains are now using your bench towels as well and things like that. It's
yeah,
a weird feeling, isn't it? Like I've been around the rink and seen people in zero pucks given hoodies, and it's such a great weird feeling.
yeah. Like I didn't make it down to the Chieftains game on the weekend on the Saturday at home. But I said to some of the people, like some of my people that were there, I was like, if you see, just let me know if they're using the towels. And obviously they're all using the towels, and one of my pals spoke to the the kit manager, I think it was, and they're like, yeah, next time you're here, come on the ice, we'll have photos with you, etc., etc. Just a bit of content for me, really.
Yeah,
And yeah, so initially with the Chieftains thing, I reached out to Grant Bartlett. I'm terrible with names because this is a new sport to me as well. I've never really been. This is all new to me from January to kind of April. This is all new to me. So I spoke to him. I messaged him and said, "Oh, can I give you one of my Rink Rookie towels, like bench towel for the season?" Just like he was like, "Can you do it for the whole team?" So initially I was like, "No," but then I thought, "Yeah, no, I probably could actually." So I thought, "Yeah, sweet." And I said, "What do you want on it?" He said, "Can you just put the logo on?" I was like, "Of course." Did it, and yeah, they're using them, which is really, really good.
yeah. Stuart and Paul, the equipment managers at Chelmsford, they
Paul's the one they spoke to. My friend spoke to.
yeah, they're both good as gold. They're cracking fellas, and yeah, I saw them setting them all up on Saturday night before, just after the warm up before the main puck drop. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's great to see. But it's like I say, it's a very good weird feeling when you do sort of see your stuff out and about in the rinks.
yeah.
I mean, this late approach to hockey, then after seeing the Mighty Ducks as a kid and that, had you kind of just it had gone to the back of your mind?
It was one of them. It was one of them things that was always. I've played football from young. I've always been around football, so I know team sport, and I kind of just was settled with that was the sport I did. Um, that was kind of my lane, and I don't know how to ice skate, so why would I even bother attempting hockey? So when JK, my friend, said to me that I've been ice skating, I was like, yeah, let's jump on it. I'll buy myself some nice skates.
Mm.
So I bought the decathlons, got rid of them instantly, like after one skate. I couldn't skate at all. Bambi on ice, big time. There's footage on my Instagram and TikTok of me staggering about, like desperately not trying to fall over. And then from that kind of first skate, I just went skating every other day, just skating. And then Dan from Reapers shouted out to me, and from there, I don't think I've even missed a single session that's been available to me since then. And I'm not amazing at skating still. I'm still just kind of plugging away, getting it done. I'm a big guy as well. So people out there are probably like, oh, I want to play hockey, but I'm a bit big. It don't matter. Just get out there. You'll be all right. In the long run, the more time you put in, you'll be sweet.
Have you? I mean, not to get overly the personal on that, but have you lost a bit of weight since you've been doing it? Has it been good for your personal fitness?
It's great for my personal fitness, but I haven't lost any weight because I've just been eating bad. And that's a hurdle I need to get over. But I'm slowly getting back into my routine. I've lost a lot of weight in the past and stuff. I know exactly what to do. It's just getting out there and doing it. But I'm reining it in. It's football season as well. So if I do these two things and eat properly, I'm going to lose weight. I did lose weight for a bit, and I put a bit on because I've been lazy. But yeah, it is. And do you know what it's best for? Is my mental health more than anything. Like I've got really bad anxiety. And this was when I was in therapy. They said to me, "You need to get out there and socialize a lot more." So that's when I got back into football. This was a couple of years ago, and then hockey, and then realizing the niche in hockey. I was like, this is going to be great for my mental health and like my anxiety and stuff like that. Because I can talk to anyone, I can do things like that, but my anxiety is more like internal anxiety, worrying about different things. So I got into hockey, and that the first time I stepped on the ice in full gear, I was incredibly overwhelmed. I reckon any other people would be like, I'm never doing that again. No way, that was insane. Like for me, with the cage on, I just felt disjointed from the ice. I was like, wow, that is overwhelming. So, but I went back, and yeah, keep going, the stronger you get, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, in the sport as a whole, there's definitely a correlation between improving mental health and either playing or supporting the sport. The fans as a group, even of fans of different clubs, just as the hockey family, as it's sort of known online. It's a massively supportive group of like-minded people, and I've seen people having problems that have put it out into the public ether of the whole problem shared, problem halved, and it tends to work. It's a incredible crowd of people, and from what I understand with the Reapers as well, that's an incredible crowd of people that all there for exactly the same reason.
Hmm.
That everyone gets on, everyone has fun. Like I said, I'm so gutted I haven't managed to sort of get round and get some time to do it. I mean, when I was first offered it, I've got quite a serious knee injury that if I hockey stop, I will dislocate my knee,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
So
you don't need that.
no, when I mentioned it, my wife was like, "Nah, it's not worth it. It's
No,
not.
no, no.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk." It's in my head. I'm saying, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it.
No, it's worth it to you, but in the physical realms, it's probably not.
No, no, but
I
it's
mean, I mean, they're a great. They're the Reapers. Just to kind of um, talk about them for a sec. They're a really good group of people. Like I said, Dan shouted me, brought me into the kind of the affray and what was happening there. I got quite close to some of the coaches, like Nod. I don't know if you know Nod. He's really helped me with not just skating and hockey knowledge and hockey IQ. He's helped me a lot with confidence and stuff as well. So he's always there. He's the coach of the team. So we're at LT. I'm still learning to play. So, but he's coach of the team. I've made a good relationship with him, Wayne, Vicky, and all the group people there are just they helped me a lot. And without a learn to play initiative like that, I'm not going to be playing hockey. I'll still be at public skates, not really getting on.
yeah. So for anyone who was has been going to public skates and is thinking about getting a start in hockey,
Yeah.
what was that? As you said, obviously Dan reached out to you and got you along to Reaper session. And would you need your own skates, your own pads, your own helmet, or have they got stuff there?
They do no, they do kit hire. So what you first have to do, you can't just turn up. Obviously, you need to shout them on Instagram. I think it's Reapers Hockey UK is on Instagram. Inbox them and yeah, they do kit hire. All you need is your own skates, jock and a neck guard, and then they've got kit hire. So you can. I didn't ever do that. I just wanted to get all my own gear because I'm that kind of person. I kind of get excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get everything.
Yeah.
So I did that, and but they do kit hire, which is massive, and goalie kit hire as well. So if you want to try out any position, they're there. They got sticks, they got gloves, they got everything.
Lovely, lovely. And I mean, I've seen from your socials recently, there's quite a lot of people in your Rink Rookie jerseys when they're there at Learn to Play.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of my foundation where it all kind of started with selling some jerseys and stuff. There's a few people over in Gillingham because I went over to like Medway to get my skates baked before I kind of knew anything, and I met a girl there, Evie, Evie Lawrence. She plays for Chelms. She plays for a few teams. Young kid, like, but she's so passionate, and she really kind of got me into wanting to play hockey rather than just get my skates baked and skate. And I met a few kids there, a kid called Sam Brown. They've all kind of supported and bought stuff and bits like that. So I've kind of got this weird disjointed family kind of down in Gillingham that I've got. I know a few faces and stuff
Yeah.
just from going there and them seeing my TikToks and that. So yeah, it's cool.
But I mean, of all people, I know how powerful a tool social media can be when that comes to it. So it's, and you say that you had like no real connection to hockey or anything like that. So what about, I can see just over your shoulder, pengs. Where'd that come from? Why the pengs?
All right, so I was following loosely the Steelers. So I don't know if you see that. That's the Steelers hat. So and they're Pittsburgh,
Same cities, yeah. So
same city. Then we were in my shop. I had a barbershop. And I was talking to the boys. I'm getting into hockey. I need a team. So one of my pals kind of went through having a look, and he said, "What do you want it here? Do you want it there? Do you want it this? Do you want it that?" And he come basically to it was either the Penguins or someone else. I was like, "I'll go Penguins. They're in Pittsburgh. It makes sense. I've got Steelers jacket. I've got some cool Steelers like clothes and stuff." So I was like, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. And then I didn't know anything. I didn't know players, anything. And then obviously, like people saying to me, "Who do you follow?" I'm like, Pittsburgh Penguins. Oh, Crosby. I'm like, I don't know who that is. And now I've learned, and yeah, what a guy.
Yeah, incredible player. I mean, if you go right back on Zero Pucks Given to I think season two, possibly yeah, I think season two,
Hmm.
and we had Stano Laschek on. Stano played for I think Sheffield, Milton Keynes, Chelmsford, Invicta in his time in the UK,
Hmm.
playing for his I think Slovakia when he was like junior world championships, like under 18 world championships, and he ran Sidney Crosby off the ice.
It's
Oh, much better than Sidney Crosby at that age.
nuts, isn't it?
Like, all the stats are all there to see, and that, and it's hearing it from his point of view, as being a young player and seeing all these guys that are now NHLers and close coming up towards the Hall of Fame and stuff, and he was just running all over them.
How mad's that?
Yeah,
It's just opportunities, isn't it?
yeah. I think from what he said in his chat with me, he's always had the ability. Actually, he was one of my favorite players to watch in this country. It was just incredible to watch. Um, Physicality, couldn't really take it. His sort of first playing regular season hockey in America, took a big hit, cracked his jaw right the way down.
Mm.
Could never really recover from it. But terrific career in general over here. Some fantastic stories. If anyone fan of Chelmsford or Invicta particularly, and you've not heard that episode with Stano, it's a really, really good one. So, a fantastic story about his enormous beard and how it disappeared when he when we went away for Christmas break, and when we came back in the January, he didn't have a beard, and he told us the story. Wow, it's an incredible story. Not one that you would enjoy actually as a barber, because it would probably make your hair stand on end.
I'll have a look. I'll revisit it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth listening to. So now that you're in hockey a little bit more, obviously you're playing a little bit. Are you following a team? Are you following Chelmsford, or is it Haringey? You said you're a little bit closer to Ali Pally.
I'm in Basildon now, so I am Chieftains, man. Go on the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I don't know many of the players. I'm not one of these people to go out and do loads of research on a team. I want to organically enjoy the hockey. I want to organically enjoy it. I only know a couple of their names. I've got a lot of clients as a barber. I've got a lot of clients that come in and they're Chiefs fans, and they're like, oh, rah, 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 rah. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are, and I'm not going out there to proper research. I've done some research. Obviously, I've followed most of the team on Instagram and stuff like that, because I do want to support them, and obviously me giving them the towels was my initial support for them. I kind of just wanted to show them some love. They're my local team, and if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be much going on really. Well, there's good teams at Chelmsford, but I mean they wouldn't have that. They're not the main. They're the main team, aren't they? So I wanted to show love to them, and I'm going to try and get down to as many games as I can this season.
yeah. Like Kevin, pretty much every home game this year is a Sunday, which
Which is good for me.
yes, it's ended up being a pain for me, only because my daughter's in her last year of school, and we don't really want the late nights, just so we can focus on education for one more year. But we're gonna do our best to get to as many as we can. And I'll be doing a couple of away trips as well on Saturday. I love an away trip. It's no fans travel like the Chieftains fans. It's unbelievable support.
Really,
Yeah, unreal.
yeah, I love that. So are you a Chieftains fan?
Yeah. I'm Colchester, so it's they're my local side as well. We started 2019. Me and my
Hmm.
started going up, and then we had the COVID break, and then when we came back from COVID, we're watching it, and it's the reason I started the podcast was, well, I'm like, well, who's that player for that team? Who did he used to play for? And
Hmm.
trying to find all the details on that online, and couldn't find it. So I thought, you know what? If there's not an independent media channel, I'm gonna bloody create one myself.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, touching on that, there needs to be a lot more. In the UK. It is so niche, and I've found. I mean, my numbers aren't amazing. I've got probably 500 followers on Instagram, nearly 1,000 on TikTok, but the engagement I've had has been phenomenal. Like the engagement I get on social media compared to like my barbering page, I've got 5,000 followers. I've done a lot bigger things in my barbering career and not had the engagement. Here, there's a lot more engagement. People want to help. People want to give advice. People want to buy your merch. People want to help you out. People want to go out and have a skate. It's a very different kind of industry for want of a better word, to like my barbering or the football stuff I've ever done. So is it is crying out for more people like yourself, like myself, doing more footage. And there's a bit of a faux pas about getting ice, like videos on ice or doing content on ice.
Mm.
It's quite hard. There's a lot of red tape, and you just have to really kind of, because obviously it's a lot of health and safety stuff. You can't just go and film anywhere. A lot of safeguarding because a lot of children are involved in skating in all different capacities. So for me, it's like trying to get time to film is hard. So that's why we did a little bit of roller in that when it was hotter to try and get a little bit more, but it's just not ice. So that's what I find hard. But I'd like to see more. Like there's a few people like Andy guy. Can't remember his handle on Instagram. He messaged me earlier. He does some cool. Andy just talks or something like that. He does some cool stuff, but it's just we need a lot more of it. That's what I'm trying to do. My main thing is Rink Rookie is get people into hockey, and respect the people that have already done their journey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of the stuff that the club social medias are doing now, from speaking to the people that do the social media for some of the other clubs in the league, people want the BTS stuff. It's all they want behind the scenes. They want to see what's going on with training. They want to see what's going on in the warm ups and things like player mounted cameras to in a warm up. You obviously should have that safeguarding issue there if it's all senior players on the ice. Mic'd up players, I think is brilliant. We need to see so much more of that.
Yeah, I think it's such an easy thing to do. Like I bought mics. I did a little bit of mic'd up yesterday at the public session, and it's quite hard because filming there, safeguarding and stuff like that. But Chelmsford are really helpful, and they will allow me to do it as long as I kind of don't get anyone noticeable in the background or anything like that, and as long as my camera's mounted. So it's hard to get footage for myself of myself as third person skating. But it's there to test you. We will get it done. But the mic'd up thing, yeah, is wicked. I really like that. And you get to know a person a lot more when they're freely skating with a mic on than being interviewed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see, actually, I think Streatham actually have done it a few times with a few of their players have been mic'd up. I think Oxford City Stars did it a couple of times last year. It would be I've approached a couple of the Chieftains players about doing it in the warm up, but of course don't want to really affect any kind of pre-game
Rituals
that they may have. So as much as people would enjoy that content, I think we have to kind of understand that that's probably not going to be possible. But and then as far as doing stuff at the training sessions and stuff go, I physically don't have the time to do as much as I would like. But the whole idea of the behind the scenes stuff, it's we at Sheffield I tried to get a fair bit of it as well. I was lucky enough after Slough won the playoff finals to actually go on the ice with the Jets as they were doing their trophy celebrations and got a lot of good content from that. But I mean, that's something that's quite all new to me. I mean, when I started doing this was all new. So it's a learning curve, as you say, on the way, isn't it? About creating content like that. It's something you have to learn for yourself.
Oh, massively. And there's a lot of red tape. But if we get through the red tape, it's good. And we will. And we will. We'll create different avenues and different things to bring this sport the kind of attention it needs,
Yeah. When we were talking before, we've been since you sort of started. I was one of the early followers of yours, and wanted to sort of keep my eye on it. Did you
Yeah.
mention that you'd done a podcast as well before?
Yeah, I used to have a podcast with JK, my friend who we started the skating together. Yeah, it was called Pod Dem, and it was just talking rubbish in my barbershop, basically.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool. It was draining, man, because we didn't have a studio at home or anything like that, and we had guests in, and we were all doing it. And it's just a very long setup, multiple cameras. We kind of really hit it properly, and really kind of burnt the candle at both ends a little bit with it. It was really good fun. We had some really cool episodes. It's just we may bring it back one day. People liked it, but we just weren't. The traction wasn't overly there, so it was just like we're killing ourselves here a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's not worth it. So we kind of, and that's when I was doing that podcast. That's when I had my really bad episode mental health wise. So I took a step back, and it kind of just crumbled a little bit from there, because it was me and JK as the main two people. So it kind of folded from there. But it is a really good media format.
So I mean, that's almost like an untapped resource of what a podcast really is. That the conversations between a barber and the person sitting in the chair.
Hmm.
Unless doing this part of the beard or something, you can't really be talking when that's going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It is some conversations are priceless. You couldn't script some of
no,
the
you
stuff,
couldn't. No,
but some of them are very boring. So it's one of those. It's sometimes sometimes if you want a haircut, you don't really want to talk. A barber will pick up that vibe and be like, yeah, no, cool. But
yeah,
sometimes it goes off. You hear all sorts in a barbershop, but sometimes it's only meant for a barbershop and not the greater good. Not the
cool.
not the public.
The wider public. We,
Yeah,
I did. We came so close to getting it done actually with Nate Gregory, who was Streatham goalie a couple of years ago. He was Slough goalie last year. He's now moved to Calgary. Ironically, I think he's a couple of streets away from Jordan Lauday,
no
um,
way.
in Calgary.
Uh,
And Nate had a barbershop down in Bagshot
mhm.
in Surrey, and I'd said, look, if I come in and we set the camera up and the mics up and you shave my head and you do all the beard and shit and we just chat. And he was like, yeah, he was up for it, but it was quite a distance actually for me to get down there and get it done. And now he's
Yeah,
obviously moved to Canada, so it's a little bit further away now.
yeah. That's an excuse. Is he still cutting hair over there?
I don't know actually. I'd like to think so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
'cause, I would imagine actually it's a skill that I would have loved to have learned. I had to learn a little bit of it myself in during lockdown.
Yes, a lot of people did.
Yeah, which yeah could have been a bit difficult. But as I have no hair, it kind of that wasn't too bad. But yeah, would have loved to have learned how to do it properly. But I'll message him and I'll see what he's doing over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Find out. That'd be cool.
If that's any excuse for me to go to Calgary, then that's certainly that's certainly a good excuse.
Yeah,
So I mean, you said earlier then that during that podcast was when you kind of had a bit of an episode yourself.
Yes.
Was that not helping doing the podcast? Was it in fact hindering it? Maybe.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. It was kind of I've been on medication for a long time, and I weaned off medication around the time of the podcast, and then I came off it all altogether. But I weaned off with doctors, etc. And then one day, boom, really bad, and I was probably bad for a good 2 months, like really bad, like in bed, not moving and stuff like that, like staying indoors. I was scared of the dark, like weird stuff. Like it was really kind of a dark time for me. Didn't want to leave the house, but all I wanted to do was leave the house. Just freaking out, stuff like that. The podcast, I don't think the podcast made anything worse. I think rushing back into the podcast potentially made me feel a bit worse,
Hmm.
because I came back and I did one when I wasn't feeling myself, and I kind of forced myself to do it, which probably wasn't the best, but I needed to try. You need to kind of shake yourself off sometimes. I know mental health, like it's such a horrible thing, but sometimes you do. I know they say don't tell someone with mental health to like man up or anything, but you can tell them to kind of think positive. That was my turning point. Was my wife? She said to me, "Look, every time you're thinking so negatively, just turn it around into a positive and just don't say I'm feeling, oh, I've got a headache. Just say, oh, at least I'm not tired, or just turn those negatives into a positive. And since that kind of really transformed it. I got back on medication and stuff like that, and got back into my social, because I kind of distanced myself from a lot of people and just really antisocial. But I needed to kind of flip that round. Hence why I'm kind of doing skate, hockey and football, but hockey's my kind of main one. Football's great. I love football. I've always played football. I've always followed football. But hockey's really taking it to the next level because I've got an avenue of doing Rink Rookie, um, and pushing something like almost like an agenda for the sport rather than just a personalized thing. A lot of people are involved in it, and a lot of people kind of support the movement and are in the same kind of boat as me. So it really helped me. It really helped me.
Well, it's a really really relatable story. I mean, from every time, pretty much every November rolls around, we do a mental health episode. Normally focusing on men's mental health. To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
we've had one of the guys from Andy's Man Club on, which is just terrific charity. I get there's not actually a meeting close enough to me for me to get there on a Monday night, but I would love to go along and just sort of see how it all goes down. I've always said through doing it that I've always been a good pair of ears. I can listen. I'm lucky enough to have never had a serious sort of mental breakdown of any sort.
Yeah,
I count myself very lucky. I've had a few wobbles, but we all do. And I think things like the social aspect of a sport is massive for things like that. I think any children in school or going through into college, if you don't play some form of organized sport, you're missing out on what is a massive mental safety net for the rest of your life.
oh, massive, massive. It's really, I think it's that my children aren't overly into sport. My son's autistic, and that's not his safety blanket. And my daughter has done gymnastics, done football. It's not really her vibe, but they love getting on the ice and skating.
Mm.
So if that's all it is for them, I'll take them to as many public skates as I can because it's a safe space, because you're not thinking about anything else apart from not falling on your ass. Do you know what I mean? So the kids, they're getting there with it as well. So, but you're right. I think team sports, group sports, it needs to be opened up. But it's not just rugby, it's not just football, it's not just cricket, it's not just tennis. There's other sports out there, and it needs to be explored.
Well, we did when we had Henry Starlins on the CEO, sorry, of IHUK, and they're going to be overseeing Project Clarity, where all of the ice hockey commissioning governing bodies in the UK will be working together. But they've also brought in the NHL street hockey program, which is going to be rolled out across schools across the UK, so people can actually try and learn hockey for free. And then if they like it, then they can progress to the ice. And if they've got the
That's
but yeah, it's the best way to do it is to try and get it in the schools. It's
what are they doing with equipment wise? That would be quite interesting.
I did see on LinkedIn there's a few companies messaging Henry saying we'd be interested in supplying sticks and pads, pucks, balls, whatever it is you need to use.
Mm.
Because
Skates mainly. That's you want the big boys to chime in, didn't you?
yeah, you'd need the big boys in with the skates. I think Ken Forshee, who's the coach of Swindon Wildcats too, I think he actually works for CCM.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a good contact for England ice hockey to get all that off of the ground. But it's, as we said with Henry on that episode, it's the most attended indoor sport in the UK. It's the fifth biggest team sport in the UK. It's about time that it got some proper funding and some proper sort of advertisement from the top, rather than independent guys like us that are doing this in our spare time to try and push the sport out. So, but obviously, I don't think that the sport grows without the people like us. And I think what you're doing with Rink Rookie, as you said, you've created this movement for people to have the confidence to start, but also if they're already down their journey, is look back to the beginning and think what it was like for them. And mate, I'm really, really happy that you've come on and told us all about it. It's been really interesting.
Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it, man.
So if you do want to follow Miles's progress, give us your socials and everywhere that we can find the Rink Rookie.
Oh, so Instagram, let me just double check what the at is. I'm not sure if it's the Rink Rookie or Rink Rookie. There is someone with the name though.
You are blue ticked though, aren't you? So
I'm blue ticked at the Rink Rookie on Instagram, and I think my TikTok is at Rink Rookie. Let me double check. I'll just get on the old blower. It's terrible that I don't know my own.
Yeah.
TikTok is. Can't say it. Gone.
All the links are down there. If you're on YouTube, look down in the comments. All the links are down there. If you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, have a little look at the description, and all the links to Myles' social media will be there, so you can follow the journey of the Rink Rookie. Myles, thank you so much for your time, mate. It's been a real pleasure. Hopefully, I'll bump into you at the Riverside one time, and we'll have a little squeeze and a selfie.
100%, brother. If you see me, call me.
No dramas, mate. Thank you very much.
Much love, brother. Take care.